Okay, welcome to another episode of Final Fantasy X Remastered. This is episode 15. So last time we left off was we just finished the Moonflow, and we picked up Riku into our party, and we just entered Guadosalam to meet Tormel, who is the butler of the Seymour family.
Care to hear about the Farplane?
Absolutely. Tell me about the Farplane.
The Farplane's the place where fireflies born from ascending gather. They appear in the shape of people who've died and gone to the Farplane. Quite the phenomenon. How I wish I understood it more. The Owlbed have a theory. They say the fireflies are just reacting to but only the dead appear on the Farplane. No image of the living. It's a great mystery. Maybe the dead leave a bit of themselves in the heart, and that little bit borrows the firefly's power for their paranormal performance. Or maybe not, who knows? And that as they... Care to hear about the...
Wanna know what the fireflies?
They may be called fireflies, but they aren't really flies. They're those lights you see whenever a fiend... The little fellows are responsible for a few fantastic phenomena. Visions of the past, spheres, fiends, these are all the fireflies. In fact, fireflies had something to do with aeons too. The dreams of the faith reach through the spirit of the summoner. And that which is unreal becomes real for all to see. Or maybe not, who knows? And that...
Alright, thank you. Very informative, Michan. So, not yet. Let's talk to Shalinda.
Oh! It seems that Maester... He's young.
This is one of the Guado Glory players. So let's go ahead and head towards the mansion. So that's Seymour Guado's mansion here. Let's go ahead and grab this chest. And then we'll enter... Let's grab a few things and then we'll enter Seymour Guado's estate. This is another one of them. And that's the entrance to their makeshift Farplane. It's not a real Farplane, it's just something that the Guado have made for people to come visit the dead. Here's our Albert Primer. Oh, come on, man, don't push me out. Here's another one of the Guado Glory. Another one. Out of here. Okay. So there's a couple more items I want to get before we continue. That's another one of the Guado Glory. I believe there's an item here that we need to get. He's a free agent, not a Guado Glory, but free agent. I think that might be it, actually. That might be it for this area. Let's head to Seymour's mansion right here. So Seymour's invited us to his mansion, according to Tormel, who we met earlier in the last episode. Let's go ahead and talk to everybody.
Why does he want to see...
Kimari not
Well, your instincts are right.
I wonder what smells so...
Seymour.
Stay close to...
These are the past leaders of the Guado.
They all look the same.
Maester Seymour doesn't look like them, no.
Don't you know? The last leader Maester Jyscal wed a human woman. She was Seymour's mother.
Oh.
So he's half and half, which really causes Seymour a lot of problems throughout his childhood. Because he's not accepted by the Guado, and nor is he accepted by the humans.
This way, please.
Which really causes him a lot of grief, and you can see what you can see his character development because of it, and how it's really shaped his life.
This way, please.
We'll see it more as we go along with the story here.
I will go inform Lord Seymour.
Yes, please. So Tormel is like their butler, right?
Stay on your guard.
Alright, alright.
Why? This guy's
Always
just
suspicious
priest,
of everybody.
right?
Those with power use that power. Maesters have power.
Wait. You sure you don't have something against...
I lived a long time in Zanarkand.
Ah.
He's got a lot of wisdom, Tidus. Listen to him.
There's no temple here in Guadosalam, see? Summoners usually just pass through on their way. What?
I didn't even ask a question and you're explaining.
You'd rather I say
No, no. Maybe you finally believe I don't... And maybe that means...
well, there are
People
many
just pass
things
through
I do not know.
Guadosalam is
Your
actually a big
Zanarkand
deal.
is one
Because
of those things. I suppose
unlike
I
the other
can't say
cities, they
what I
don't really
think
have a
either
revenue,
way.
and they don't really
Still,
have a
be
way
careful.
to
You
hold
shouldn't
themselves
tell
up.
other people.
And without
Yeah, I know.
people visiting there in Guadosalam, they don't really get a lot of financing. So, which
I get
the
the feeling he
Guado
called
is
us
what
up here
they
for more than
use to
just-
live on. They can't trade, they can't
Nothing against the
you know,
Maester.
make money. So it's a significant deal, especially since it plays a big deal in the sequel of the game.
What could it be?
What could it be? There he is, Tormel.
Truly, it is good to have since Lord Jyscal passed away.
The death of Lord Jyscal was a great loss.
Was this Maester Jyscal really...
He brought the teachings of Yevon to... He was truly a great man.
Truly a loss for... But now,
So you can notice
a
the
new
features of
leader,
the Guado. It's
Lord
like
Seymour,
the hair
has
is
come
almost like
before us. Lord
vine-like,
Seymour is the
and
child of a Guado
and their hands
and a
are
human.
oversized.
He will be the tie
And they're very
that
adept
binds our
at
two
magical
races
abilities.
together. But that is not all, I think. Lord Seymour, he will surely become the shining star.
So
that
Jyscal
lights
really
the way
wanted
for
his
all
son
the
to
peoples of
be
Spira.
the bridge between humans and Guado, which is why he married a human wife, so he can have half and half. So basically, to make sure Seymour would be the next generation that would be the bridge between both humans and Guado.
Please keep this short.
But
Yuna must
Seymour didn't
rush.
see it that way.
Pardon me. It has been a long time since I had guests. Lady Yuna, this way.
So Seymour's specially invited all of them because he wants to show them these visions of Zanarkand and all the different things.
This sphere is a reconstruction created from the thoughts of the dead that wander the far.
So that's the same Zanarkand that Tidus knows, and he feels at home here. In fact, we see this vision in the beginning of the game. You see a lot of this.
Zanarkand, as it looked 1,000
The big
years
buildings, the fashion of Zanarkand, and yeah.
great and wondrous Machina city, Zanarkand. She once lived in this metropolis.
So the she he's referring to is Yunalesca, Lady Yunalesca. She was the first person to defeat Sin. Back in the day, she had used the Final Aeon, who is her husband. So a prerequisite for acquiring the Final Aeon is they have to have
she was the
a
first
strong bond with
Sin,
whoever they
save the world from its
form the
ravages.
Final Aeon with.
And you have inherited her name.
It was my father who named me.
Lord Braska was entrusting you with a great task. He wanted you to face Sin, as Lady Yunalesca did.
I see.
However, Lady Yunalesca
Actually,
did
Lord
not save the
Braska
world alone.
never wanted
to defeat
Yuna
the
to fight.
undefeatable Sin.
Lord
It took an
Braska
unbreakable bond
never
of love,
wanted his daughter to
the kind
fight
that
Sin.
binds two hearts for
He
eternity.
took on Sin so she would never have to see Sin. So Seymour Guado is actually wrong about that. That is Lord Zaon, her husband. And they both share a deep love, which caused them to have a really strong Final Aeon, which defeated Sin, actually. And since then, it's become tradition that every High Summoner uses the same method, where they bond with a very close friend or spouse that ends up becoming their Final Aeon and defeats Sin. There are a few more caveats to that Final Aeon, but we'll get into that later on as we get to closer to Zanarkand. So Seymour basically just told Yuna something, which we'll find out what he exactly said. The creators have, they don't show you what he says in this clip because they want there to be, they want to have a sense of mystery and anonymity to what kind of, what exactly he says to them, because it says to her because the entire squad is like, what's going on? And they're also doing it to build a suspense here.
He asked me to marry him.
So that's what it is.
You serious?
He wants to have the same bond as Yunalesca and Lord Zaon.
Yuna must do.
And he'd like to become the Final Aeon as Yuna progresses through her journey and bring peace to Spira.
Charged with bringing peace to Spira. But this means more than just defeating Sin. She must ease the suffering of all Spira. She must be a leader for the people. I proposed to Lady Yuna as a Maester of Yevon.
Spira is no playhouse. A moment's diversion may amuse an audience, but it changes nothing.
Even so, the actors must play their parts. There's no need to answer right away. Please, think it over.
We will do so then. We leave.
Lady Yuna, I await your favorable reply.
So he reassures them that her journey will not end, because he wants her to continue her journey.
Why are
and
you
he actually
still
wants
here,
to accompany her on her journey. You can really sense some bad blood between the two.
We Guado are keen to the scent of the Farplane.
Arn and Seymour. Arn has this sixth sense where he just knows when somebody's rotten. I guess it's years of experience, you just kind of know. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Trigger the next scene.
Yuna, the High Summoner's daughter, Seymour, the leader of the Guado, married in the name of Yevon, overcoming the barriers of race. It would give Spira something cheery to talk about for a change.
Sounds just like a passing daydream, like Oren says.
Come on, let's just get on with the pilgrimage. I mean, marriage?
Jealous?
What?
So this is
no
the first
way.
time Tidus is really
We gotta defeat sin.
entertaining the
Romance
idea that he might
He
lose
sure picked a
Yuna
fine
to
time to
someone
lay
else,
this one on us.
which
Maybe
is
it is
really making him
a fine
feel
time.
jealous and
You serious?
If my getting
feel
married
angry about it.
would help Spira, if it would make people happy,
It would
if
make
I could
people
do
happy
that for
because it's
people,
the perfect ideal
maybe I should do what I can. I never
union
imagined
that would
doing
show
anything like this.
union of
But
race
I won't answer
and
till I know what's
power.
right.
Really,
Seriously?
the ultimate
always just
celebrity's
quit your pilgrimage and get
daughter,
married.
Lord Braska's daughter, marrying
I will.
this up-and-coming leader
sure that
of the
Lord
Guado
Seymour
and
will
within the
understand.
Yevon religion.
I guess
It's
so.
the ultimate political
I
move,
am a
really, for
summoner.
Seymour.
I must fight and defeat sin.
Like Braska before you.
And it would be even more poetic
I had to
if,
stop
let's
myself
say,
from
these
shouting.
two characters
What's there to think about?
who are these perfect
I'm
couple
going to the
go on
Farplane.
and defeat
I'm going to see my
Sin.
father
They
and
would
think
become
on
the
this.
best
Go on. We'll be right behind you.
summoner and final
I wondered why
Aeon
none of the others ever asked Yuna. Do you
duo
love Seymour?
since Lord Zeon
Do you
and
even like
Yunalesca.
him?
Very poetic. So that is at least that's what Seymour has in mind. So let's continue on to the Farplane. There's a hidden chest right here. It's hard to get to. There we go. That's gonna be important later on, that's why. We need those items when we get to the next area after this. So let's go ahead and head
Question
into the Farplane.
About this Farplane. When somebody dies, a summoner sends them to the Farplane, right?
So it's not
So
the
their
real
souls,
Farplane,
or
this is just an
whatever they
artificial
are,
one that the
they
Guado
go
have
to the
created.
Farplane, right? But that's the Farplane, and Yuna's. Do dead people live?
So he's just getting some bad juju there, just
You
feeling
thinking those
really
funny
bad,
thoughts again, yeah?
bad feelings. Coming this close to the
You'll see
Farplane
once
for
we
some
get
reason.
there.
Aren't you coming?
I do not belong there.
You're scared.
Searching the past to find the future. This is all that is there. You'd better be going.
You're not really going to see the dead. More like your memories of them. People think of their relatives, and the Fireflies react to them. They take on the form of the dead person. An illusion, nothing else.
So Riku is really confirming what Mei-chan
have fun.
told us earlier.
What?
The
You're not
Albed
going
really
either,
don't believe
Riku?
in the Firefly's
keep my
ability to
memories
bring back
inside.
the dead.
Memories
But
are nice,
more
but that's all
that they take
are.
the form of the dead when the memories are being thought of in the presence of fireflies. We see a few of them actually against a sphere there on the right side. They're not actually flies, right? Just like Mei-chan said, they're just basically like little pieces of light that come off of fiends and spears and all that. That'd be Chapu right there that we see. Looks kind of like Waka, right? It's a really cool design they've given him.
What the?
Kind of wish he was a playable character at some point, like in a flashback or something in the game. That would have really given him a lot of dimension, backstory to Waka and Lulu's story. But I guess it's a good pacing because it's not really about him. It's more about the group's journey, right? But if they ever have a spin-off of just Waka and Lulu's life, or before this the game started, I think it would make a great story, because Lulu has some other things she's done in the past before the game that we will find out later on. maybe putting all of that together, it would be a great game, I think.
The Farplane was cool.
Lord
but
Braska
I
and
couldn't
his
stop thinking about
wife.
Yuna. Her parents, they look so
See
happy
the difference
together.
where the
But it
woman
got me
is
worried that
purely Albed
maybe
and
seeing them would make
Lord
Yuna
Braska in
really
the robes of
consider
Yevon.
Seymour's proposal.
Excuse me, sorry about that. Alright, let's continue. Okay, let's continue. Let's go in and talk to Lulu first.
Why don't you try calling?
And there he is. Chapu.
Yo, Chapu! Meant to come see you earlier, yeah? Sorry. I know you won't hold it against me. I gave up that game.
So they don't actually
I'm a
talk back
guardian
to you,
from
they
here
just
on,
stand there and listen.
This guy.
So I guess it's a good way to get closure for people who haven't had closure
You're still
before with
alive
the dead.
somewhere, yeah? But then again, guess your place is... So? Oh, that guy I just... He likes it.
Huh? Whoa.
So the sword is reacting to what Waka just said, and it grows, and if we look at her sword now, it has the ability of water strike, and it actually became stronger with the strength 10 plus and the sensor. So that was the
he is dead, and
significance
I
of
am
him
still
holding up that
alive.
sword there.
Coming here really makes that clear. I should focus more on what I have to do.
What?
I'm not even sure what...
Don't you mean that you should leave Chapu behind? I'm sure he was a great guy, but... How about...
What, me?
Yeah, you two get along great.
Getting along isn't enough. Not even close.
Oh.
You do well, knowing a bit about women.
Yeah.
I won't be forget. Goodbye, you always said. But those were the happiest days.
So she's finally she finally has a closure with Chapu's death now, and she's looking forward to her future. Oh, Kamari don't want to talk. Okay, great. Let's talk to Yuna.
So, Yuna?
I've decided.
Oh, really? That's good.
I remember when I was only 7 years old in Bavel that day. My father had defeated sin, and the whole town was out in the streets.
So Yuna was actually
Everyone
left
was
in
laughing.
Bavel
They all
while
seemed so
Braska was on his
happy.
journey,
If I
because his
defeated
mother,
sin,
because her
that
mother
would
had
make
already
everyone
passed
happy.
away, so she was an
Wouldn't
orphan
it?
after Braska died. Which
I
is
must do
why
what everyone
Kamari was
wants,
tasked with
not
taking
just
care of
what I
Yuna
want.
and taking her to
Let's
Besaid,
go back.
tasked
You
by
gotta tell
Orin
Seymour.
once their
Before
journey
that,
ended.
Call Sir Jecht. Give it a try.
Huh?
Don't worry. He won't come.
Trying not to think about my old man made me think about him, of course.
See, told you.
He isn't here
So
because
Jecht is still
he's not
alive.
dead.
We know that he's
He's
Sin, but
Sin.
nobody else knows except for Tidus and
That
Orin.
means he's alive, you know.
What if my old man really
but-
is Sin? What would I say to Yuna? Heck, to everybody in Spira. Wait, why should I have to apologize for him anyway? I'd rather never see him again.
What makes you hate him so?
Everything he does just makes me mad. It was his fault that me and my mother...
There she is. So his mother actually passed.
It's her.
She's very pretty.
So what happens with Tidus is when Jecht left,
But
his mother was so in
Wait.
love with Jecht.
no one ever
She waited
performed
for
the
him
sending
every
for her.
day and
She must
for
have
Jecht to return.
accepted death while she
And
was still alive.
she essentially died of a
Whoa
broken
there.
heart after Jecht
That's
didn't
my mother
return
you're
for
talking
a
about.
year after Jecht's
Oh, I'm
disappearance.
sorry.
And Tidus basically resented his
It's
father
okay.
for that for a majority of his life.
I think I just...
he doesn't really know how to interpret it.
What?
You know, that in combination with the abuse Tidus really felt at the hands of Jecht because of Jecht's drinking.
I told him what I thought of him right
and
there.
Verbal abuse, I guess. It's never hinted. It's hinted that he was physically abusive as well, but we never get to see it in the game that he was physically abusive. But it's really left a scar on Tidus's memory of his father. Even though his mother was madly in love with Jecht.
Even look at me. Maybe that's when I started to resent him, even hate him. When he left us, Mom just lost her energy.
That's it right there. She basically became depressed and upset that Jecht was gone and kind of died of a broken heart.
If she dies, I wouldn't know what to do.
Don't say Mom is gonna die.
I apologize.
The old lady next door told me, when a lovebird dies, the one left behind, it just gives up living so it can join its mate. It was just like that. I hated my old man even more. But really, my old man...
Mommy!
Just a sec, dear.
Go to him. He'll cry if you don't.
Oh, man. I must sound so stupid.
I don't think so.
How embarrassing.
Well, need some more time?
No.
Did I...
And that's the Farplane.
Thanks. I'll go give my answer.
Lord Jyscal. That's Lord Jyscal coming back from the Farplane, or trying to come through to the living world. He has some unfinished business, so he's coming back here.
Why?
Yuna?
So Yuna's gonna try and send him back to the Farplane here. And you see Auron really collapsing there and releasing some fireflies from within himself.
Jyscal.
Because of the sending.
He is Lord Jyscal no more.
If they don't send Lord Jyscal now, he'll turn into a fiend, so... Just trying to send him back in peace. But you see this spear that he leaves behind for her.
Talk later. We leave now.
What was that just now? That really Lord Jyscal?
I don't understand how a man like Lord Jyscal can die and not be sent.
I would think that he was sent once, but he stayed on Spira. Something, a powerful emotion, could have bound him to this world. Such things happen.
That's against the rules, isn't it?
It means he died an unclean death.
There you go. Either violently or an unclean death.
I will go meet with Maester Seymour.
So Yuna's about to give him his
Yuna.
answer
Jyscal
about marriage.
is the Guado's problem, not yours.
So Auron senses there's some problem with Jyscal and how
what?
He tried to come back here
so
and
Lulu,
see
what do you think about Yuna getting married?
He feels the fishiness of the situation. But he's asked Yuna to
as long
stay
as the
out of it.
pilgrimage continues, either way's fine.
That's it? What if she doesn't even like the guy? Is that okay?
People marry for many reasons.
What's that mean?
Sometimes marriage doesn't require love, you know? Defeat sin and bring joy to the people
so
of
even
Spira.
Lulu
Get
sees
married
the
and
fact
bring
that
joy
it
to
is
the people of
a
Spira.
political marriage
Yuna,
and that
they're
it's
just
good for
2 ways
everybody
down the
else.
same
May not
road.
be good for Yuna and Seymour,
All
but
you need is
it's good for everybody
determination.
else.
If you have that, you don't need love.
I don't know.
A lot of people see that in the world these days, where it's just practicality is taking over how you feel.
for a while there.
We leave as soon as you...
Listen, if Yuna gets...
What?
Yes, if she is to marry.
See?
But if Yuna said she wanted, I would have to object.
Huh? You...
I know.
She's talking about him. About Tidus.
My.
Shalinda, what
Was
are
the
you doing
lady
here?
summoner not with...
No, she's...
That's Maester Seymour.
Oh, I'll be careful. Sorry.
That's all right. Oh, Maester Seymour left Guadosalam a short while ago.
You see her?
I believe he
So
went
he's
to the
not even
temple in
in
Macalania.
Guadosalam, he's
Maester
actually in
Seymour is
Macalania
also
now.
the...
Whoa!
So he's telling the group about him leaving and that Yuna's in there by herself.
Lord Jyscal.
Yuna!
Okay.
They say Seymour...
Macarena.
Macalania Temple.
Alright.
What I don't get, why would the Lord Maester...
Maybe he wasn't expecting you.
Ah, that's probably it.
Yuna, what is it?
Oh,
You're a poor liar.
it's true. Come on.
Okay. So let's go ahead and save. Okay, folks, I'm gonna call it an episode there. Thank you for tuning into episode 15. We'll see you again for episode 16. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with your friends, help the channel grow. I appreciate all the support. We'll see you again next time. Thank you.